Hey friends, Powwow Guy here. Just wanted to pop in quick. There's this ongoing discussion that I think is really interesting about how someone actually becomes a powwow. I think this is a really good thing to talk about because most people will say a man has to be taught to powwow by a woman has to be taught by a man. That's what the majority of people say or think. And I found that interesting because throughout history we've found that where a man taught a woman taught a man. But there's another side to that. Within families, it was also common for it to be passed through the male line from like grandfather to father to son and so on, or grandmother to mother to daughter. So through the female line. So that's an exception right there. Also, if we look at the source materials for powwowing, we have books like Egyptian Secrets of Albertus Magnus. We have The Long Lost Friend, written by John George Homan. We have The Osman and Steele Guide to Household Living. None of those works mention the requirement of having to be taught by a member of the opposite sex. They all simply state that, any empowered believer in Scripture can work these charms. If you are anybody who has belief in this, can use this. The Osman and Steele book even goes so far as to say you don't even have to memorize it. Just read from this book, and it's still going to work for you as long as you believe. And I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion. So over the years, I've been taught various things by various people. Some women, some men. And I've also taught many things to many people, some women, some men, and some who don't even fit into that gender characterization. So I think if powwow is going to survive, I know like some think that this was a way of keeping it equal between men and women. And yeah, maybe so. But I also think that if powwow is going to survive going forward, we need to broaden our understanding a little bit. First of all, when did that originate? That must be taught man to woman, man to woman, man to woman. I can find no historical precedents for that. And in fact, like I said, our source materials say something very different. They say anybody who has the right frame of mind, who believes, anybody who picks this up with respect can use this. Because it's all about calling on God in our hour of need. Nothing about cross-gender training. So I think like the people that I've taught, I've always said if you would prefer that traditional method, then we can arrange that. And it's always been arranged. So that way nobody can say that they were taught like in a way that goes against tradition, because tradition is important. But I just wonder if it's as carved in stone as we might think. There's this other like kind of silly way of learning, like if, like say I was teaching someone and somebody spied on me. They were peeking in the window and they could hear and see what I was doing. Then they would have the ability to powwow. And also if I was teaching an inanimate object, like if I decided to teach powwow to, I don't know, a book or a table or something or a chair, and just speak to that chair or whatever, that object, and just teach it all the powwow stuff that I know, and somebody witnessed me doing that, then they could, by osmosis or by whatever, claim to know powwow. And you can kind of see how that would be true because powwow is largely passed as an oral tradition. And if someone is teaching another person, we're telling them the words they should say, how to do it and such. And if somebody overhears that, then they know it as well. So there you go. Powwow has a lot of little little tricks to it like that. There are all these sort of rules and guidelines how you must learn and what makes you a valid powwow versus what does not. But for the people that I've taught, I've done my best to, if because I've taught both men and women. And so when called for, the women would teach the men would teach the women. And it just, that was our way of remaining traditional. There you go. So yeah, pick up any of those books and you're not going to find any of that cross-gender stuff. It's just kind of like it's just kind of a custom, I guess, that got put on the tradition somehow, maybe to kind of make it a little more exclusive. Maybe so people weren't just picking up books and doing it. I don't know, but it's kind of a limitation that, I don't know, it's kind of interesting, kind of strange. Is it necessary? I don't know. I think gender is so much different now that I would feel I'd feel perfectly comfortable teaching a man as well as a woman. But for the sake of tradition, I do my best to stick to tradition. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know if you have any thoughts, questions, comments below. Hope you're having a good day. It's a beautiful day today. Tomorrow we might get snow. Who knows? This sort of rocky weather we're having. But that's it. Have a great day. Love you guys. God bless you. And we'll talk soon.